Back inside our Bison Video Blog studios, we've reached the end of our Newcomers series with a guy that's been touted for a while. He also could have played last year in 2016. Bison coaches decided to redshirt him, and I think a lot of fans, Jeff, are eager to see number 42 on the field. We finish off with a linebacker from Raytown, Missouri, Jabril Cox, who had an outstanding spring, and he could really splash on the field this fall.
You talk to Chris Kleiman, and the number one thing he'll tell you about this guy is he's got the length. They love his length at outside linebacker. He's 6'3", 230, and that was just last year, too, so who knows what he is. Let me give you some numbers here, Dom.
Okay.
3,107. He was a quarterback in high school. He accounted for 3,107 yards of total offense. He passed for 2,103 yards and ran for 1,004 yards. What's that tell you? He's an athlete.
He's got great speed, too. Yeah. And I think this is a spot now at linebacker, Jeff, with the get DeLuca back, Matt Plank back, and I thought Chris Board had a really good spring. You told me to pump the brakes on this guy during spring ball. That those
no
are the
longer.
three.
Nope.
You don't think? No, really. You think that he?
I think he's that good.
Will he be a starter in 2017?
I don't think he's. No, you're going to start the senior board, and the senior board deserves it because he's really put in the time since moving over from safety, and really, I think
what he did during the spring game, though. I mean,
8 tackles in the spring game,
and including a sack there, like you saw. He got the fans' attention, and he's been on everybody's radar. I think since he verbally committed that this was a guy that could be really, really good. Anyway, finish your point there.
For 3-4 years, we've been talking about, okay,
depth at linebacker.
Is there depth at linebacker? And you think, okay, this guy's going to play. Well, we got to play more guys.
Yep.
You know, you hear that from the coaches. Got to play more guys. I think this is finally the year. This is finally the year where they're going to play more guys because of this guy.
Well, it's also the wild card because DeLuca can play anywhere, and they're going to move Nick to the outside with Kip and Plank in the middle. But if you saw Jabril Cox's speed that he can probably play once he learns the defense in full, I think he can go anywhere on the field as well. I really believe that with how fast he is.
The game to look forward to is Eastern Washington because they're going to head out to Cheney, Washington, and they're going to play against this high-flying offense who's going to throw it all over the place. And you're going to want these linebackers who have depth and who could create depth and who have the length to really, I think, create havoc in the defensive passing game. You're not going to see Matt Plank much in the Eastern Washington game just because he's a physical inside linebacker or run stopper. You're going to see DeLuca, I think, more there.
I agree with you.
And you're going to see a guy like Jabril Cox with a chance, I think, to really be a playmaker.
We know he's got the same height as Nick DeLuca. DeLuca's about 20 pounds on him now. I'm not saying he's a future DeLuca, but he's got the frame, and I think he's got the athleticism that 3 years from now, we're talking about this guy being an All-American. I really think he could be that good. I do. I believe that. You can tell me to pump the brakes now.
No, I'm telling you that no brakes.
Let it go.
No brakes.
Let the throttle out. I really think he can be that good, and it starts this season. I don't think he's going to start. I'm with you. I think that they've got the 3 seniors up there in the linebacker core that they want, but you're going to see number 42 unless he changes his number. You're going to see him on the field quite a bit this fall. I really believe that.
I think you have to just the way he. And again, adapting to that defense isn't that easy.
No.
But if you can do that, and you got maybe a couple games where you can really get in and get some experience, he sees the field.
So those are our 5 guys. Is there anybody on here that we left off of either the guys that redshirted last year or maybe the incoming class to say they could possibly get into our honorary member?
You always hear about these classes being great every year. I mean, who doesn't say their class?
Yeah, everybody has a great class.
But this will be a tail of the tape now because everybody is redshirted. We saw none of them.
Yes.
So everybody is redshirted in this freshman class. We'll see who can see the field. And I think you'll find out on special teams more than anything.
That's a good point there. I think there's a couple other offensive linemen. They really like Ben Hecht. There's a big kid they got out of Kansas a couple years ago. He was 6'5", 282 that was going into fall camp. Now, I'll throw a name at you, and he may not play. There's 2 guys. Michael Tootsie, who is the safety out of Indiana. The other's Noah Gindorf, who is obviously the high-profile guy out of Crosby, Minnesota, that they get on campus. I think Tootsie may have a shot to play. I don't know about Gindorf. He's in a spot that's really blocked in tight end.
There's a lot of depth there, too. Yep. You're saying at tight end. Noah Gindorf's going to be in the NFL in 5 years.
Woo! Wow. Oh, that's a way to end our series right there. You're calling him an NFL guy? He hasn't played a down of college football?
Calling him out right now. This is the newcomer of the Newcomers blog.
Mark it down, folks. It's on tape. He's calling him an NFLer. in 5 years. But that wraps up our series of the newcomers to watch for Bison football for 2017.